Hi, my name's Christos Kyrios. I'm a National Support Ambassador for the Alopecia Areata Awareness Foundation. It's rare for me to ever see anyone with alopecia areata. I dare say I've seen a few people Australia-wide, and I guess this speaks volumes as to sort of how people are scared and inhibits their self-esteem and their confidence to go about doing daily things. I'm here today to basically share my story, give you a bit of an insight into my life. I really have taken it upon myself to just instill that confidence in people, to believe in themselves and to not let this condition, which is just a lack of hair, basically stop them from living their lives and chasing their dreams. It was very tough for me going through school. I was very low on confidence. I always used to wear a hat. I always used to sort of keep to myself, wear a hat, and I did let it affect things I wanted to do. Public speaking, even presentations in school, even meeting new kids was a pretty tough ask for me. I'm always scared of what people were going to think, what they were going to say, what they were going to do. And look, those types of things are even amplified with experiences you have with other people. Now, I'm not saying everyone is a bad person, but I definitely have a lot of experiences in my childhood that, really made this condition hard for me. I had, mothers of children at school that used to sort of point me out, single me out, and really emphasise how different I was to everyone else and show me off to other mothers. So these experiences in the world will make you want to go further into that shell. Whether you're wearing a hat or you're wearing a wig or you're just sort of secluding yourself from the world by staying home and just going out into public in sort of the bare minimum amount. It did definitely affect that, and it affected me to the point of where I was at uni and even going through college. I was petrified of doing class speaking. I used to go to the front of the class. And the thought of that would honestly make me nearly cry to the point where I would make excuses and not turn up on days of presentations and do everything I could to try and make the teacher accept a submission from me of a written essay instead of getting up in front of the class and speaking, because I was just so scared of what everyone thought of me. Even to the point where I considered actually changing my degree at uni because of how much speaking you had to do in the legal capacity. It's all about finding those inspirations and understanding that, although things may not be the way, you envision them to be or the way you'd wish them to be, everything is there for a reason, and you can definitely achieve what you want. Now, for me, my biggest inspirations was, and still are, my younger brother that plays tennis. Now, growing up for him, he was always overweight, was constantly told no, that he couldn't achieve this, he couldn't achieve that because of external things. So it's the same sort of message I want to pass on to everyone that's suffering from alopecia. The only person that's ever stopping you from doing anything is yourself, Not the person over there that tells you, you can't do this because you're different, or, you look different so you can't do this. You just need to believe in yourself, and you're the one that controls the journey that you're on. The effect that has on someone's life only really became clear to me when I met my friend Omar in the French Open, when I was following my brother over for tennis earlier this year. Now, there are multiple things that, for him, I can't even begin to imagine how hard they were. His own mother hadn't even seen him without a hat or a wig on.
Hello, my name is Omar. I reached maybe 15 years old. I got alopecia areata, alopecia totalis, and I had a bit of dermatitis in my skin, but after I got alopecia, it went even more and affected my skin really bad. 1 year I was at home, not going anywhere but school and tennis. Long nights in my bed, crying, but that's how it is. That's how it is. In the end, it's just only hair. But at that time, I wasn't thinking it was just only hair.
Some of the things for him, you know, he's built a life. He's a teenager coming into his own, learning about who he is, trying to build a life, and then to have the alopecia come on and completely change who he is physically. For me, I made it a really big emphasis to try and not let that physicality affect who he is as a person.
My friend Lalo, once he told me because he follows Nick Kyrgios, which everybody does, I do also, but he was following him and he saw one picture of his brother, Christos Kyrgios, and he told me, oh, look at this guy, he's like you without hair. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's true. But I didn't know what he had, you know, I just thought he had another thing. I didn't think he had alopecia. So, and I looked it up and I was like, yeah, it's true, he had alopecia. I was so surprised. Like somebody that's not like, kind of as famous, like you know, like has so many followers, and this he has alopecia, and all of his pictures, all of it, were like so happy, smiling, laughing, enjoying life, going everywhere. I was like, what am I doing with myself then? If he has the same thing, and I'm depressed and he's so happy. Why am I torturing myself?
The things that he was talking to me about was, you know, can he find a girlfriend? These types of things are things that I didn't even think about because I've grown up with the condition, and you know, as I said, I've got a great girlfriend of a long time now. And for him, it was all about people that he knew before and the life that he had built. Everyone in there, whether they'd accept him for who he is now, and you know, whether the people that are meant to be his friends, you know, it sounds crazy, but you know, whether these people that are his friends will still care about him after knowing that he's, you know, just lost his hair.
He had a crib and he was like, he wants some. I was like, I don't know, I was a bit like shocked to actually meet him at the beginning. And I told him my story, what I had, what I've been through. Told him everything, some things I never tell anybody. And he was always like giving me amazing advice, great words. That moment I was like, I don't know, I felt so good that point. But I was telling him like what people think and how they look, and this story I'll never forget. I'll tell to everybody when he told me to stand up, and he told me just like stand up, let's walk around the place. I was like, okay. And then we started walking, he was like, okay, we walk around the place and see how many people we're gonna look back at me. Because he had no hair. I was like, okay, let's see. And we walked around everywhere around Gars, and maybe 4,000 people we passed, and 2 of them looked. So I was like, are you serious, man? Why do you care if 2 people out of 4,000 people looked at you?
You know, it's just hair, you know, you're not sick, and it doesn't actually affect your well-being, it doesn't actually affect your life. But going through what Omar had told me and how hard it was for him, and seeing the intensity of how much it had made him hide, was just it's something that you sort of need to be associated with, or have someone in your family associated with alopecia to understand. For him, he wouldn't go anywhere without his hiding.
I still don't think that he understood how much this changed me, how much I appreciate what he did, and these small things that some people do for people, it can change their life completely. And it's so small for him, like it's just 2 days. He took just 2 days of his life, and a whole other person's life got changed. So I don't know, I cannot express how grateful and happy and emotional I am. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
I think that as someone with alopecia, you're pushed into these situations, and you can basically mature and overcome challenges from an earlier age, and basically that'll set you up getting more out of life in the long term if you don't dwell too long on the negatives. You know, life's always about ups and downs, and I think having alopecia, you're forced to learn that, look, not everyone's dealt the same hand, and whether that's in, you know, in looks, in ability, in smartness, you know, not everyone's dealt the same hand, and I think we're forced into a situation whereby, you know, we can understand that. We can understand that, you know, some things you can't change, and some things actually aren't negatives, they're actually positives that you can build on and actually form. And for me, I can strongly say this from the bottom of my heart, they actually form a very strong component of your character. So guys, I guess I just wanted to end on one tip. I know it's going to be tough getting out there and basically, you know, essentially reborning yourself to the world, to all the people you know, but I want you to know that you are enough. I want you to know that your dreams are as important as you think they are, and I want you to know that you deserve everything that you want to achieve in this world. So please, you know, band with me. Embrace our condition, embrace spreading the awareness of this condition throughout Australia, and know what you want out of life and go out and get it.